Starting Nomad Adventure has been an incredible and exciting journey for me. I first started the company in the mid-90s, mainly to bring in rock climbing equipment so that I and my friends had some gear to climb with. At that time, rock climbing was a totally new sport in Malaysia. I remember an occasion when I and my friend were putting up a new climbing route in Ipoh, and we were climbing, and suddenly we hear this sound of this fire engine coming. And before we know it, there's this fire engine parked below us, and the ladder comes up, and the fireman's right next to us, and we're climbing, and we're like saying, yes, can we help you? And the fireman says, I'm here to rescue you. And we're like, but we are just rock climbing. And the fireman asks, rock climbing? What is that? We answered, it's a sport. And he said, what kind of stupid sport is that? So in those years, rock climbing was totally new. And if you were out rock climbing, people would just see us and think we were going to kill ourselves and call up the fire department to rescue us. Whitewater paddling was also a new sport in Malaysia. I managed to get my hands on a second-hand kayak, and I taught myself basically from a book. So I would take out my boat and go out paddling and paddle, and then go back and read the book and like, I see. That's what they meant by standing wave. And so after a while, I managed to learn how to kayak and managed to get to become a reasonably good paddler. And from there, started a business taking out people to enjoy whitewater paddling on the rivers that we had in Malaysia. I never believed I was very talented at each of these sports, but because I had a broad experience, this set me up really well to become an adventure racer. In 1998, I formed the first Malaysian team to take part in Eco Challenge Morocco, which was known as the world's toughest race. With the sponsorship of Toyota Malaysia, we went on to race in 4 more Eco Challenge races in Borneo, Argentina, New Zealand, and also the World Championships in Switzerland. For me, these adventure races were much more than just a physical challenge. To be taken to the limits of your endurance, to be stretched emotionally and mentally, and of course to be in these incredible natural environments and to feel the force of nature. That kind of adventure really forges your truth. In 1998, at the height of the Asian economic crisis, I quit my full-time job and started the first indoor rock climbing gym in Malaysia. At that time, there were maybe 20 rock climbers in the whole country, but I believe that if I build it, they will come. In the 10 years of Summit Rock Climbing Gym, we introduced thousands of Malaysians to the sport of rock climbing. I see those years as being years of creating community and connection. I also started the first adventure race series, the Eco X Races, which created a very vibrant adventure race community in the country. It was a 2003 Eco X race in Gopeng, where one of my marshals got lost and he was on his way to his checkpoint, and he came back and he's like, I'm so sorry I'm late, but guess what? I found this incredible river. So the race was on the Saturday, and on the Sunday, I and 2 other friends, we took our kayaks and did the first descent, the first kayaking descent of Sungai Kampar. We discovered that Sungai Kampar was the perfect river for whitewater rafting. That was on a Sunday, and on Monday, I faxed away to buy my first 2 whitewater rafts. No one in the area had ever seen whitewater rafts before, and so we would raft down the river, and these villagers would come out and poke at the boats and like, there's air inside these boats? How can that be? We knew we wanted to train locals to become whitewater rafting guides, so from all the villages around, we'd ask, okay, who here knows how to swim? And we'd show them some pictures of the rafting we do and say, you want to become a rafting guide? And from there, we train them, and some of these guides are still working with us today. I knew that this area could become an amazing adventure destination with the river, the limestone caves and cliffs. We have a fabulous property called Mountain School, where we've set up a high ropes course, zip lines, and we've got our own low ropes course going through a private cave. I was aware that I had learned all my outdoor skills through experience, some good and some not so good. Now, while that makes a great story, it's not the way a client should experience the outdoors. So I was determined from the start that Nomad Adventure should have internationally recognized safety standards. In 2008, we became the first adventure company in Malaysia to attain an ISO 9001-2008 certification. Our trip leaders are all certified by the International Rafting Federation. Nomad Adventure is also the preferred training provider for Rescue 3 International, and we deliver swift water rescue, rope rescue, and also wilderness first aid training. I also believe that adventure has the ability to connect hearts. Adventure connects us to nature, our heritage, and local communities. At our eco-friendly campsite, Earth Camp, we run educational and team-building programs. Most of all, when we're connected to our own hearts, adventure shows us that anything is possible. For all of us here at Nomad, adventure is an attitude.